Ladies, we're going to help you get out of chasing mode with men and with life.
We were watching a clip where this lady was asking a guy, how do you let the guy know if you're attracted to them? And his response was, just walk up to him and tell him you're handsome. That is the last thing you want to do. We'll go deep into telling you why that's not the way to do it.
This is a thing that women struggle with a lot, where they're like, how do you not be in chasing mode with men? Even if you are dating a guy, or you've been in a relationship for a while, you want to go to that next level, how do you inspire him to step up, to approach you? If you don't know him, or if you are dating and in a relationship, how do you inspire a man to go to that next level and commit to you? If nobody is approaching you, babe, it's one of two things. One, it's you need to. And for those lovely ladies that are new here, what's up? I'm Natasha.
And I'm Brian.
I was a former single mom with 4 kids, went through a whole bunch of trauma and loss. If you're interested in learning more about dating and relationships and feeling good in your body again, I'm talking your hormones, your nervous system, all that.
Click the subscribe button so you don't miss any of our videos and content.
Even in marriage, because we also coach a lot of women in marriage, and maybe things have kind of fizzled out. Maybe you've gone through some rough spots in your marriage. You're trying to rebuild things. You're trying to rekindle that fire, and you want him still chasing you.
And it's so simple, even as we get into it. It's so simple for men. Remember, let's not overcomplicate it with men. You don't have to do things to really super impress men. If you're nice looking, maybe you give them eye contact, you walk past them, you're just in their presence. Men who are attracted to you will want to come up and approach you. And if they're not the type that want to come up to approach you, then it's probably not the type of guy that you want to be around, or the type of guy that you want to get into a relationship with. Because if you're the one leading, if you're the one calling him handsome, if you're the one telling him how good he is as a person, and he's not complimenting you or coming at you, then it'll be that same energy in the relationship. You'll be the one who's always leading. You'll be the one who has to make him feel good for the relationship to work.
So good. So ladies, we talk all about masculine and feminine energy, and healthy, healed masculine, feminine energy. Now, we're not saying that men won't like that. There's some men that will love for you to come and approach them and take care of them, and you even pay for the date too while you're at it. Right? No. So remember, masculine energy is the chasing energy. Just think of a sperm. And the feminine is the receiving. Think of the egg. This is not something that we made up. This is how God has wired us. Now, as a woman, if you're in your chasing energy, meaning, first of all, you are going up to the man initially, initiating conversation with him. You're complimenting his looks. Remember, men are visual. Men desire to be physically attracted to you. I understand you want to be physically attracted to your guy, but you choosing men based on physical attraction versus provision, security, and character is what gets women in trouble. This is why so many women end up with guys that they're super physically attracted to at the beginning. And then eventually this guy who's likely in his feminine enjoys you chasing him, is all into his own looks. Now you're miserable because your hormones are burnt out. You're having to provide for him. And there's tension in the relationship because you as a woman are in your masculine energy, and now he's naturally leaning into his feminine, and it's all subconscious.
Yes. And you can tell if this is something that, if these are the type of guys that you've attracted, because these are the type of guys that you have to get their hair cut for them. You have to buy them an outfit. I saw this, I was out, I saw this, and now he's depending on it. It's not just you doing it because you love him or want to, make sure he's okay.
Or you're married now.
Right. Of course, if you're married. But these are relationships that are just starting, where you're just meeting this person. You're not in a committed relationship, and you're doing for him like he's your child, like you're taking care of him, making sure, because the way you started the relationship, telling him how handsome he is, now you have to make sure he stays handsome. So you're doing things to make sure he always looks good. And he's rejecting making sure you're taken care of. He's rejecting making sure he's complimenting you. He needs to feel good. How you feel doesn't matter. And that's the way the relationship goes. When you're approaching him, when you're telling him how handsome he is, when you're telling him, like we always say, good morning, handsome. Like if that's the way you approach the relationship, then that's the way the relationship will go. He'll never be that masculine energy
Yeah.
provider male for you because that's not what you attracted. Whatever you attract is where the relationship is going. So
Yeah.
if you attract a guy who's into himself and
Oh.
who's more into himself than he is
Uh-huh.
into you,
Yep.
then that's how the relationship is going to go.
You're gonna have problems, ladies. All right. Obviously, you can always update a guy's look. Perfect example. When Brian and I met, it was so perfect. Like you could tell he was like had total attributes of a provider man. He was very basic with his looks. He's clean cut and everything like that. You want a man that's clean cut. He has good hygiene, but he is more busy, focusing on building businesses, making money, taking care of things, coaching, whatever, building teams, things like that, versus all in his looks. If you are dating a guy or attracted to men that need to spend so much time just taking care of their look, they are in their feminine and you are in your masculine. What you want, ladies, is you want a man that's more into your looks and taking care of you and making sure you're happy and you're feeling good. And then naturally, as a woman, when you're feeling good, he's going to feel good, right? That's how that works. I knew this when we were dating, that once we were married, there's little things that we can do to help. I could help take care of him in the sense, not financially, but lotion, making sure his skin is not ashy, making sure his hair is cut and his clothes are put together. His closet is now color coordinated, but that's not something he ever would have done before.
Not at all. But they're color coordinated with all basic clothing. Like
Basic. He has
nothing's on it.
You guys, because we just finally got a new place. I was unpacking all of his stuff, and he has like 30 shirts of the same color. Like 30 blue shirts, 30 black shirts, 30 white shirts. So, and he just rotates it. But you know what? That's perfect. That's perfect. He's not into his looks. So I get to be into my looks, ladies. The ladies want to know then, so what do I do if I see a guy I'm interested in, maybe at work or something, right? You're like, I really like this guy. What do I need to do to show him that I'm interested?
And even though it's not popular now, it's really the old school approach. Back when our parents were dating, were getting courted, back when their parents were getting courted, you have to know how to be in the right place. Even in the room, just positioning yourself in the right place. Just saying, you may even speak to him. Like, I'm not saying you can't speak to him. Just saying good morning to everyone each and every day if you're at work. Just saying good morning to everyone if that's a routine. That's okay as well. But something to let them know that you're there without coming at them. So, and think about working in an office. Let's say you need a pen or you need to borrow something. Maybe you can ask the lady who's next to you. If she doesn't have it, just go around asking people, and he can be one of the people that you ask. So it's not that you're coming at him because you're speaking to him. It's that you're being seen. You're letting him know you're there, and he'll take it from there. Now, if you do that and he doesn't give you anything back, then he's either with someone, he's not interested, or he's just in a place in his life where he's not looking for that. So don't take it personal, but just putting yourself in position is the way to go about getting his attention. I've seen stuff where people are you get eye contact, you're looking around, you might get eye contact for a second or two, and then you look away. But don't give him eye contact and then walk over to him.
Stare him down.
No, trust me. Men are looking for opportunities. So if you look at him a half a second extra than you look at anyone else, he's going to say, you're looking at me for a reason. So let me get up and see what's going on with this person. If he's a healthy man who's confident in himself, who doesn't have an issue talking, because these are the men that you want. You don't want a man who's scared to get up, who's looking at you like, I don't know what to say to her because she's so nice looking. I don't want to be embarrassed. No. Men, healthy masculine energy men are going to shoot their shots. They don't care how many shots they miss. They're not taking record. I'm going to shoot this shot because if I don't shoot it, I'm going to miss every shot I don't take. So if he's attracted to you, if he's interested in you, and you make yourself available, trust me, he's going to approach you. He's going to come and see if he could talk to you. He's going to see if you're with someone. He might start doing some research to see if, okay, is she with someone? Let me just
Yes.
watch her. Is she
Yes.
wearing a ring? But
Yes.
be patient. He's coming. And if he does it, the right one's coming towards you.
100%. Ladies, I really hope you've heard that, because how you do anything is how you do everything. And once again, if you are coming towards him, you are going to stay in your chasing energy. I know this is not popular opinion, but you've got to look at how God has wired us, right? And how do you want your marriage to be? This is how men are wired. They are hunters. They're visual. So as a woman, all you got to do is exist, baby girl. You just got to be in position to be seen. It's even biblical. You know, Ruth, she positioned herself to be in front of Boaz. That's all she had to do. But trust, okay? She went and she made sure she looked good before she saw him. So here's the thing. If nobody is approaching you, babe, it's one of two things. One, it's you need to spice up your looks, okay? Go watch some of our other content. And number two, most likely, I would say this is 80 to 90%, because you're already beautiful. We know you're a beautiful person. It's your energy. Your energy needs to be approachable. Your energy needs to be friendly and warm. And men are watching you when you think they're not watching you. So you can't be walking around with a resting bee face, have attitude, go talk to people, be rude in the comments. And then you are embodied in that energy. And then you go to work, or you're walking down the street and you're wondering why no one is approaching you, or you are being approached by men that are just not healthy, right? So we naturally are going to attract our energetic match in relationships. So the more in your feminine you are, the more you lean back, you look and you smell good, you feel good, you're in your wholeness, you're not in your needy, desperate, pick-me energy. You don't have the bad attitude or I hate men attitude, men are all narcissist attitude. Naturally, what's going to happen, baby girl, is you're going to start attracting masculine energy men all over the place that are going to want to come and talk to you and take you out and eventually marry you.
Yes, that's so good. I think you hit it on the head with that one.
So next scenario is you guys are dating. How do you inspire him to chase you even more? And not from a place of games, but from a place of, you know, you're ready to go that next level. You want more attention from him, whatever it is, you know, maybe you're feeling ignored in the relationship. How do you do that?
No, that's a good question as well. Now, depending on the level of the relationship, if you're dating, you're not engaged, you haven't made that next step commitment, you have to use a lot of the same traits that you use to get him. And that is, even when you're dating but not engaged, you can't always just be available for him. Because what we suggest when you're in that stage where you want to take it to the next level, but he's not showing that he's ready to, this will make him either step up or step back, is when you're rotationally dating, when you're not sleeping with all these guys, you're not doing all of this to make him upset or anything, but you're staying busy. You all have shown attraction to each other. You may have gone on dates. You may have talked on the phone sometime, but it doesn't feel like it's going at the pace or even going to the level that you desire. Rotationally dating and being busy, living your life, will let him know, because this is what we went through as well. So I'm not just speaking this. When we were talking long distance, she was busy. I wasn't able to just call her and she was available. We were on the phone a few times and she said she had dates that she was going on later that day. I don't know the nature of what the date was.
He didn't need to know.
Exactly.
Right?
But
I could have been going out with my daughter on a date.
Exactly. But I wasn't in position to say anything about it because we're just dating. So trust me, he'll step up when you continue to live your life, when you're not just waiting on him to plan something out, to do something. This will cause him to really step up and say, I need more of your time. I don't need you out here just spending time with other people, really trying to get to know other people. Because one thing we know as masculine energy men, it only takes one moment and one time. You go out with the right person, you spend time with the right person, now you're potentially off the market. So trust me, someone who's really into you and wants to take it to the next level with you is going to make that decision, because we don't want someone else to scoop in and take what we potentially want as well.
That is so true. Trust me, he made sure I was completely occupied. Once he was serious about dating for marriage, he made sure he was the one that was on the phone with me every night
Yes.
when we weren't together,
Yes.
checking in. Where
Yes.
he moved countries,
Yes.
literally moved countries. Okay, when a man is interested in you, he is not going to want to leave any
No.
opportunity for another man to scoop you. Okay, so ladies, also let's talk about in marriage. You know, we kind of talked about if you don't know the person,
Yeah.
if you're dating, and then even in marriage,
Yes.
because we also coach a lot of
Yes.
women in marriage, and you know, maybe things have kind of fizzled out. Maybe you've gone through some rough spots in your marriage. You're trying to rebuild things. You're trying to rekindle that fire, and you want him still chasing you. You want to feel desirable as a woman, which is okay, and
Yes.
we want to do it in a way that is godly, and we
Yes.
don't want to be playing games. So
Yes.
how do we do it in that situation?
Well, it all starts with the looks, right?
I feel like that's your answer for everything, but it's true. Like
It
you're
does.
telling people how
Yes.
men actually think, and if you're
Exactly.
triggered by this, sorry, babes. Like we're telling you how men actually think,
Yes.
so you're empowered to have an amazing dating life and marriage.
Yes. And trust me, the looks matter. And when you're in a
Mm-hmm.
marriage relationship, it's
Yeah.
easy to get comfortable. It's easy to
Yes.
just start relaxing,
Mm-hmm.
but continuing to keep your looks up, but also switching it up sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
You know, maybe today you have a different color hair. Maybe
Yeah.
you wear your makeup a little different or change
Yes.
up your outfits or something.
Yes.
So it's important that you keep your body in shape,
Yes.
whatever shape that is that he
Yes.
that pulled him in. You want to keep your
So
body
good.
in shape because that's what attracts him to you. And that's the
Mm-hmm.
first thing that you can change, like without even thinking about it,
Yeah.
making sure you're on point in that area. Trust me, when we feel like men are turning their head at you, when you're getting attention, not because you're looking for it, but
Yeah.
because you're just looking nice
And you feel good.
and you feel good. That makes
Yeah.
us step up. So
Yes.
definitely want to make sure you keep your looks up on point. Also, not getting super comfortable where you're not doing much. So having those
Mm.
passion areas, even if
Yes.
you're a sower, you like doing things, you just like doing something that's relaxing to you
Yeah.
that doesn't involve him. Not that you need him to enjoy life, you need him to function. We
Mm-hmm.
love being needed, but we also love having our space, our peace, and we want to
Yes.
make sure you're happy
Yes.
outside of us being around all the time. So, something that he can invest into that you love doing, something that he can help add to because you just enjoy doing that, making sure you have solid friends and things
Mm-hmm.
that you just enjoy doing with them potentially. So it's not like girls' night out, but just stuff, just maybe
Yeah.
talking on the phone, maybe getting together once a month, just something that's showing that you're living your life and
Mm-hmm.
loving it. Because what that does is it causes us to make sure we stay on point because no matter if we're there or not, you're going to continue to do stuff.
Yeah.
You're going to continue to enjoy yourself. So
Mm-hmm.
having these things in place, taking care of your looks, having these passions, and being about making sure you take care of just yourself and the household draws us to you. It's not you being all down our throats. No, I won't say that. It's not it's not you being on our back and just being
Yeah.
at us and saying you want to spend time. That's not what draws attention to you in a positive way. It's you doing your thing,
Yeah.
continuing to love on your husband, continue to show up for your family, continue to look good. Those same traits that cause the relationship to really flourish at the beginning is what you want to make sure you get back to.
Oh, babe, that was so good. And ladies, this is what I'm doing totally differently in this marriage compared to my first marriage. And this is my responsibility. As a woman, it's my responsibility. Is I'm taking care of myself this time. My husband is not responsible for my happiness.
Mm.
That is a big thing. Here's the great irony of life with men, okay? Is as soon as you put yourself first, as soon as you don't make them responsible for your happiness,
Mm-hmm.
guess what they want to do?
To
They
be
put
responsible.
they want to be responsible for your happiness. They want to put you
Yeah.
first. Literally a win-win situation because he's not feeling that pressure because you're in your chasing energy,
Right.
nagging at him, do this for
Yes.
me. You're not doing that.
Yes.
You are simply enjoying life. You
Mm.
feel good whether he's there or
Yes.
not. And because of that, guess what? He always wants to be in your presence.
Mm.
And it's amazing. It feels so good for him
Mm.
and it feels so good for you. And that's what keeps that
Yes.
polarity in the relationship, because now you're leaned back in your feminine, you're doing your thing, you're doing your passions, you're enjoying life, you're taking care of your hormones, you're taking care of your nervous system, your hair, your skin, you're changing up your outfit. You feel good about yourself. And then so naturally, he is so drawn to you, even if you've been married for a long time. So really exactly what Coach B said is you want to maintain that energy that got him in the marriage. And that is something that we are super intentional this time around in this marriage.
Let us know what you think in the comments, and we'll leave some resources below.
Yeah, ladies, if you want help going deeper and really embodying that magnetic feminine energy in dating and in marriage, this is something that we specialize in. Work on your feminine energy, we work on your nervous system and even your hormones. If you're wanting to level up your look, you want to lose some weight, girl, we got you. And of course, we love you girls.